Hey Flosstube, good morning. Today is Wednesday, February the 23rd. My name is Darlene Dion. This is my Flosstube channel, mostly about cross stitch and some quilting. I usually leave the quilting until the end in case you're not interested in that aspect of what I'm going to talk about. I have a few FFOs to show you today, some finishes, some starts, some whips, some project bags, tiny little bit of haul. Yeah, so you can find me on YouTube as Darlene Dion Designs, Stitching on the Range. Some people have asked why it says Stitching on the Range. I don't live in a mountainous area. I live in Nova Scotia, but the word range is in the name of my community. So anyway, you can find me here. You can find me on Facebook in a group called Darlene Dion Designs. You can find me on Instagram, and you can find me on Etsy. I design and sell quilt patterns and project bags, so you would find that there. Thank you so much to those who have found their way there and joined my groups or purchased items from my Etsy shop. I appreciate it very much. It is another stormy day here in Nova Scotia. We have had another power outage on the weekend. Another Friday, another storm, another power outage. We don't ever remember having as many power outages in the 38 years that we've been living here as we've had this winter. It's just unreal. Every weekend, almost, I think there was one weekend we didn't have a storm, but other than that, we've had a storm every weekend, and we've had power outages almost. I think one storm we didn't have a power outage, but every other storm we have. And there's another one coming Friday. So hunker down and get ready, I guess. This one is rain and wind, and luckily we've had no flickers in the electricity yet. And Fridays is snow, and I haven't heard too much about the wind yet for Friday, so we shall see. COVID continues here. It is improving, which is nice. They are letting the restrictions up a little bit. Restaurants, I understand, don't have to separate their tables by 6 feet anymore. Very few changes. I think they're just changing things quietly. Anyway, hopefully people are learning to deal with this, because that looks like how our future is going to go. Anyway, we shall see. Get on to cross stitch. I had a few, like I said, I have 3 FFOs to show you. I had a mission to fill my dough bowl with Valentine items. I had never stitched anything Valentine-y before, so I did a few things, and I ended up with 5 or 6 things to put in the bowl and a few things to put on my tier tray. So these were the 3 that I finished this week. And this is Dorothy May's Spring Cottage by Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting, and it's a free pattern on her blog. I showed this as a finish, but not as an FFO. So, and I can't remember if I told you, my grandmother's name was Dorothy May too, so her initials and the year of her birth I added that on here. So, and I put some floral, rose pinky floral fabric on the back, and I put some rose chenille, and that's just chenille from a ball of chenille yarn at Walmart, and it's a variegated ball of yarn. It goes from red to cream, and this rose is, I think there's like, I separated it when I did this. I think there's 5 different colors, and they don't variegate like repeated several times. It's just one repeat. So you have the center of the ball is cream, then the next one is light rose, and the next one is a medium rose, and then a dark rose, and then a reddish. So yeah, you get a good chunk of one color in that variegated ball. So anyway, I love it. I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out, and I appreciate Melissa from Pink Yarn Pumpkin Quilting so very much with all of her lovely designs. She has a couple new St. Patty's Day designs that she's working on right now. Really cute. So check her out. This one again is a freebie from Jeanette Douglas. She's doing a year-long floral sampler type piece, and she's also showing each piece as an individual small finish. So I wanted to do that. I'd like to do all of them, but this is the first one I've done. I haven't done the January one yet. I think the January one is pineapples, so I hope to do that too. And again, I finished it with some of that. This is the dark color from that ball of chenille yarn. So, and some print on the back there. So really happy with that. And then this one was the project I chose for winter cross stitch camp hosted by Colorado Cross Stitcher. You had to do a piece that was all one color, and I chose this piece by the World of Stitching, or the World of Cross Stitch. I'll put it below. I think it's in my last video too. So again, I put a piece of red fabric. This is a piece of Kim Deal fabric from my stash, and I decided not to put the chenille trim on this one. Anyway, pretty pleased with that, how that turned out. This one was on a piece of 14 count Ada that I had in my stash. I forgot to mention that. This is on a piece of 25 count Lugana. I think it was called Heritage, but I'm not positive. And this one is on a piece of 28 count Monaco, cream Monaco. So those were my FFOs for this time. I had a few starts and finishes, and a few starts, but these are the starts and finishes that I had. I really like, I'm a quilter, so a lot of the pieces, cross stitch pieces that I've designed myself have a quilt in them, and I really like the quilt block that everybody's doing. I don't know what the name of the block is. I've seen one woman switch the block out for the swoon block. It's a project that Fat Quarter Shop is hosting. I'm pretty sure it's Fat Quarter Shop. Whoops, sorry. And so I decided I wanted to do that. The Fat Quarter Shop is doing the project from a Lori Holt sew along, stitch along that she's doing. It's a quilt, and the center of the quilt has a block, and they've done it in cross stitch too, but some people are doing just that center block, and they're finishing it on a little house or barn or whatever, and it's so cute, and they're doing a different one for each month. So I wanted to do it, but I decided to chart my own block. I wanted a different block. So, and I did slightly different colors too. So this is my first one, and again, I don't even know the name of this block. But yeah, I used 4 different blues, and I can put the blues in the description for you. I forgot to bring them in here. But like I think one of them is 9. I can't remember. I better put it below. I don't want to tell you wrong. Anyway, I'm really happy with that. And shoot, I am gonna run out here just to get this little house. Sorry. I picked up this little house last year, and I'm pretty sure I showed it before here. Got sawdust on it. I picked this up at Bargain Harley's in the Valley in Berwick area, for those of you from Nova Scotia. and it has a little set of shutters on each side of this. See, this is a little window, and I got my husband to take the shutters off, and then I got him to cut me 4 pieces of rustic looking wood. I think they're just pieces of shingles that he had in the shop. And I'm planning, now I'm not very good at painting, but it is my intention to paint these white and then distress them. So you can see the blue there, but it doesn't, it's just because I got it laying there crooked. But anyway, so I want to paint it white and then distress it. I thought about leaving it like this and putting my piece on the front. And then I also picked up, and the price is still on there, this little wreath, but I don't know if I'm going to end up using that wreath or not. I may just put a bit of greenery and a bow. Anyway, pretty pleased with that, and I can't wait to get that blue block on there. So that's the January block, and I also did the February block, and that is pinks and roses. Sorry, somebody just drove in. These are the 602, 603, 604. I think they're all from that grouping of pinks. Anyway, so that's those little starts and finishes, and I'm assuming I'm not using the same colors that Fat Quarter Shop is using. I'm using my own colors, but I should say my own flosses, going with their blue and pink theme. I'm assuming March is going to be green, but I am going to hold off too. And well, I saw one lady, the lady that did the swoon block, she did a variety of colors in one like a multicolored block, and I really love that, so I'm probably going to do some of that too. Yeah, anyway. Another start and finish, Michelle from Mama Loves You GB, she did a little piece to commemorate the Queen's 70th year reign. I think it's called the Jubilee, but I'm not sure. Anyway, I've always had an interest in the royals, and I've followed them somewhat over the years. So I decided I wanted to do something, and Michelle charted a little piece for the back of her queen stitch. And so she gave it as a free chart, so I decided to stitch that, and I'm going to finish it as a Christmas ornament and put it on my tree. So this is my version of Michelle's little stitch, and it's Elizabeth. I looked it up, and the ER means Elizabeth Regina, and that is Latin for queen. I think it is Latin. I think it's Latin for queen. And I added the 70, or Michelle had the 70, so I did the 70 in a oh, that satin, the DMC satin floss. Can't remember which number. I'll put that below too. And then I don't know if you can see it, but I added some Krynic gold filament, I think it's called, in the crown. So I'm really pleased with that, and I think it'll be a cute little, I'm hoping to finish it as an oval ornament for my Christmas tree, and that will be an ornament for my 12 in 22 ornaments that Caroling 55, I think her Instagram is. She has a challenge for 12 ornaments in the year, so that will be a fulfillment for that for me once I get it finished. So that was a start and a finish. Thank you so much to Michelle for that cute little pattern. And another, I'm really into the monthly markers. I could do that continually, never anything else. I love all the little monthly things. And I really love the set of trucks that Erica Arndt, I think it's Arndt, has in her shop. So I decided to stitch them. This is the February truck. I think I used all the called for colors except for the green. I'm one number off in the green. Hers was a little darker, I think. And the very light rose, I didn't have the color that she called for, so I put in a different one. Anyway, I thought that was really cute, and I have I purchased this one, and I purchased the March one, and I'll get the others too. They're a download. So I'm ready to start the March one any day now. So I thought that was pretty cute. Not sure, I'm not 100% positive how I'll finish them. Probably as a flat, like mount them to something. I'm not sure. I don't think a pillow, but we'll see. Really cute. Love it. So those are my finishes for this week. I do have another start. 2 starts. I started, and I don't have the chart. I have the chart, but I printed it and my printer color ink is gone, so it looks disgusting. You can't even tell. I started the Housewives, Stitching with the Housewives Snow Glow Bloom, Snowed in Bloom, I think it's called. So this will be for my spring display. And like I said, I don't have the chart or a good quality print of the chart to show you, or the cover to show you. Anyway, it's cute. It's stitched on 20, I think it's 25 count chalk. I think it was chalkboard. Anyway, it's a Lori Holt fabric. Anyway, that was fun. That was part of my, actually all of these starts were part of the Stitch the Winter Olympics. The Elizabeth, the ER one was a, you had to stitch letters or words that day, so the ER covered that. The truck, I think, was the day for flowers. I can't remember them all. Anyway, that was fun. It was a good challenge. I think I missed 2 days out of the, I think she had 16 or 17 days listed. So that was fun, and they're all on my Instagram if you want to look back at them. Another start I had was this one, The Fox by Cottage Garden Samplings. Yep, Cottage Garden Samplings. I've been wanting to start this ever since I first seen it come out, and I think we've seen 4 of them now. The next one is the Swans. I have that one ready to go, and we have ordered the next 2. No, we have ordered the Swans and the rabbit, the Jack Rabbit, and the raccoon is the next one, and I don't think you can order that one. You probably can pre-order it, but anyway, so I love them all. Anyway, and Michelle from Mama Loves You GB did a little contest. She wanted us to guess. I mentioned this maybe 2 videos ago. She wanted you to guess what you thought all the different months were going to be, and I'm pretty sure I have guessed all of them so far, but I don't know what month I put them in. So I might be totally off on what is in which month, but I think I've gotten all. Yes, I guessed a rabbit and I guessed a raccoon. I guess I was only 2 out of 10 so far. Anyway, so this is my start on that. I decided to dye my own fabric. It's 32 count Lugana, and I started with a piece of antique white, and I followed Michelle's tutorial for dyeing with Rit Dye, and I really am pleased with how it turned out. It could have been, my modeling could have been a little darker, but I'm overall pleased with how it looks. So I'm doing 1 thread over 2. I'm using the DMC colors, and I did change the green. The light green didn't show up on this fabric at all, so I switched that. These snowflakes I did in 2 threads over 2, and I found them a little too bulky, so then I decided to try 1 over 2, and I'm much happier with that. So Anyway, really enjoying that stitch. I have not done a whole lot on 32, and I wondered if I was going to enjoy it, but it is fun, especially with one thread. I like one thread. I love the coverage and the richness of the colors when I use 2 threads, but I am happy with how this is looking. So those were my starts this week, or a couple of weeks. And then I've had a few, I've got some whips that I've been working on, so I'll show you them. I put a few more stitches as part of the Stitch the Winter Olympics in my Though He Seemeth Sleeping. I really love this. This is like one of my favorite pieces that I've ever stitched. I'm stitching on 25 count Vintage Country Mocha. And I'm using DMC, well, I'm using almost all DMCs, but excuse me, I'm doing my own colors. I've saved a couple of pictures on my phone that I saw other people finishes from other people, and I'm kind of using a combination of their colors. I don't know what colors they used. I'm just going by looks. And I wanted to stick to a lot of the autumn colors. So yeah, really happy with it. And the next row is the leaf, the row of leaves. So I'm anxious to get that started. I think that'll be a fun section. Oh, this is another new start that I missed. I've got 2 pieces on 1 piece of fabric. So this is a new start that I had. And I'm pretty sure again that this was for the Stitch the Winter Olympics, but I'm not sure. This is, well, I should drop that other piece from behind. This is this one, the April Cottage, and I'm changing the colors. I don't like purple. Purple is like my least favorite color, and I didn't want my house to be purple. So I'm just trying to remember. I think I went with yellow for my house. Anyway, so that's how far I've gotten on that. Not a whole lot. Anyway, I love the houses, love the little cottages, and really enjoy stitching them. They're an easy, relaxing stitch. Then this is another whip. And it is the hymn Blessed Assurance. It is by My Big Toe Designs. And I love all of her hymn stitches. Got a thread hanging there. So I have not added a whole lot this time, but a little bit. And yeah, really love that. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that in my last video. I put a few stitches in on my 1 Corinthians 13, the love chapter. So this is 3371, DMC 3371, and it is on, it's a Lori Holt piece. It's 25 count Lugana. I kind of think it was Farmhouse, but I'm not positive. I'd have to look at that. It's kind of a peachy cream color, peachy beige. Anyway, that is really easy. It's 1 over 1. I'm using 1 thread over 1 hole, and actually it's not bad. I'm enjoying it a lot. I can see it because it's 25 count. It's slightly bigger. So yeah, I'm enjoying it, and it stitches up quick. And that is all of my stitching for this time. I had a tiny little bit of haul. I ordered these from Amazon. They are the little gourd shaped pins that everybody uses to put buttons and whatnot on their little pillows or to attach a charm. So that's a little safety pin that you can add embellishments on. I got a bag of 500. That should be good. And I also ordered, and they were back ordered, or not back ordered, but they weren't deliverable until later, the little 2022 charms. So I'd like to put one of them on every one of my pillows, and maybe on my flats too. So anyway, that was my little bit of haul. Now I'm going to show you a few project bags that I have made this week. I've shown you this one before, but I didn't have it finished, and this one is for me. Keeping this one. I did all scraps from HST's. It wasn't HST's, but that's what I ended up with. Anyway, and I got it all done, and I realized I said, oh heck, I'm not going to take them out. So it's for me anyway. So I'm really happy with that. And I've got my Though He Seemeth Sleeping piece in there. And most of my, I have 1, 2, 3. This is my third project bag that I've made for myself. And I have like probably 15, 16, 17 whips, but most of them are in Ziploc bags. I thank you, Priscilla and Chelsea, for that. And a couple are in little zippered bags that I picked up at the dollar store here. But this week I watched, and I mean, I see people all the time showing their project bags and showing their pieces in their project bag, or their projects in a bag. And they all look so great. But this week I watched Christy from Crosshatch Quilts, and she showed 2 baskets, 1 basket and 1 crate that she keeps her projects, her whips in. And they looked so organized and so neat and tidy. And I have an antique basket out beside my chair where I stitch in the living room. And I keep that there all the time. I have a rolly cart I have a little chest with my floss in it. And whatever else I might need is in that rolly cart. And my basket, my little antique basket, it was actually my Aunt Lenny's basket, that is sitting there on the floor beside my rolly cart, and it's always a mess. That's got all my whips in it, and it's always a mess. It's Ziploc bags, mostly all Ziploc bags, and it just doesn't look lovely. Anyway, Christie's looked so nice, so I thought, Darlene, you got to get yourself some bags. You make bags, you sell them all the time, make yourself some bags. So that's why I got that one together and got it finished up, and I'm going to try to get a few more of my whips in handmade bags. They just look so neat and organized, and like it's part of your decor. So I'm kind of on a mission to do that. I am going to show you some more bags, but they're all sold and spoken for, so I can't keep any of these ones. Years ago, I think when I had the shop, Pat Sloan hosted the Splendid Sampler, the first Splendid Sampler that took place. And I decided to join in that. They gave 1 or 2 instructions for 1 or 2 blocks a week, and I joined in, and I used all Kim Deal fabric, and then I got too busy and I let it go and I didn't get it finished. So there are the blocks set. I think I told you this last time actually. And so I got those blocks out and decided to use them for project bags. So I finished a few up this week and they're gone. And then I finished a few more up day before yesterday and they're sold, but I'm putting in the mail today. So I thought I would show them before I put them in the mail. So this, like I said, is a Kim Deal fabric, but it's a block from the Splendid Sampler. Yeah, it's a paper piece block. It's got some pretty tiny little pieces in here to get the curve. Anyway, I'm pretty pleased. And I had enough Kim Deal fabric left to finish. That one's not a Kim Deal on the back, but anyway, pretty happy with them. Again, they're all Splendid Sampler blocks and Kim Deal fabrics, and just solid black on the back. And this is just a patchwork block that she did, or that whoever designed. I'm not sure who the designers were for the Splendid Sampler. Several different designers participated, and I don't know whose block is whose. So anyway, so those were my Kim Deal ones. And then I had one more Lori Holt patchwork one ready to go in the mail. And this one is Three Sisters Cranberries and Cream. So that is that. That is all of my cross stitch things to show today. I am going to show one more little quilting thing. So if you, oh, and I did have a giveaway from last week. I'll do that now before I finish off. I was giving away the Virtue Sampler from Little House Needleworks. This is a used pattern that I used, and I never hurt it in any way. I don't think I marked on it anywhere. And so there were several people commented they had to use the word patience, and I used the YouTube random comment picker, and the winner is Cindy Gaudette. So Cindy, if you want to contact me, I will get this in the mail for you right away. Thank you so much to all of you who participated and for your comments about patience. There was lots of fun comments about patience. It was something we all could use more of, I think. Okay, so if you're not interested in seeing the last little bit of quilting that I have, then I'll see you next time. Oh, I should say I'm very, very close to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button. I'm hoping to hit 1,000 before I film my next video. I'm at 972 or something like that. So, and then I will do a giveaway then also for the 1,000 subscribers. So I was pretty happy to be that close. Like I said, thank you so much for subscribing. If you're new, welcome. And if you've been coming straight along from the beginning, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate this community. Okay, so my last little bit of quilting that I wanted to show is my 2022 Scrappy Stash Buster. It's a broken dishes pattern that I gave as a free pattern on, I listed it in my Facebook group, I also host a Nova Scotia Quilters Facebook group, and I gave it on my Instagram. So it is coming along. I think I'm on I think today I will do block 33. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. Love the way it's looking, using up lots of scraps, and really enjoying that. So, and lots of you are participating in that with me. I really appreciate it. There's a hashtag 2022 Scrappy Stash Buster, and I'll put that hashtag below. I think I actually put it in my last video, and you can find it on Instagram and on my other groups in Facebook too. So that's me for today. That's everything. Like I said, we're expecting a little weather later this week, and rain. We're getting rain right now. It's very dark and dreary out. I do have an appointment, so I have to go out. I love to be in on a day like this, but I do have to go out. And hoping to get this uploaded today. If not today, it'll be tomorrow probably. Out here in the boonies with my great internet connection. Anyway, let me just check my list. Oh, I forgot to mention the Flosstubers I've been watching. I like to do that. It's important to me that I mentioned last time that we're all in this for each other, for this community of Flosstubers. You know, we want to promote each other, and I really appreciate anyone that takes the time to shout me out. It's really important to me that I shout out others. New to me this time is the Bougie Stitchers. They are sisters. They're quite funny. Their banter back and forth is really good. And actually, they remind me very much of my sister and I. We have a great time. We spent the day together yesterday. And yeah, the Bougie sisters remind me of ourselves. So that's good. Another new one for me is Holly Jones, or Mrs. Jones. Really enjoyed her Flosstube. She's got some lovely finishes, and she's got a great personality. Not new to the Flosstube world by any means, but I don't remember watching her before. I've been following her on Instagram for a long time. Is the 911 Stitcher. I watched her this week for the first time too many. I can't keep up with everybody. Very interesting. Very, very knowledgeable and organized. Yeah, I really enjoyed her. And another new one for me was the Cross Stitch Farmhouse. A really lovely young lady with some lovely finishes, and she's got a great floss tube going on too. She's fairly new. I think she's only got like 4 videos maybe, but she does a great job. She seems like she's been at it for a long time. And then I've also watched I watched crosshatch quilts again, of course. I watched The Proper Stitcher. I watched Luminous Fiber Arts. So many of these designers are showcasing their pieces that are coming up at the Nashville market. There's been some amazing pieces highlighted this week. Really looking forward to seeing them hit the market. There's a few of them that I've definitely marked as items that I need. Lovin's Stitchin', again, love her videos. Yasmin's Made with Love, lovely lady from Poland, living in the UK. Alba Stitcher, Michelle McGraw, made by Michelle McGraw. I love her. I'm always eager to see what she's been stitching and sharing with us. Stitching with Sandy, and I guess there's lots of others, but I can't list them all. Those are some of the highlights from my Flosstube journey this week. And that's it. Pretty sure that's it. I've said that 3 times, I think, already. So I'll see you probably in a couple weeks. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a great day.